Hello. In order to subtract fractions, we are going to start with an example that I can show you visually. 3/4 take away 1/4. Well, if I draw a picture here and I have 3/4, this one is empty, and I want to take one of those fourths away, I am now left with 2 of the fourths left over. So 3/4 take away 1/4 is equal to 2/4. And that's how you show that. If I have a different example, if I do 4/5 and I'd have to take away 3/4. Well, this now becomes more challenging because I'm not working with the same denominator. I could easily here take away one of these 3/4. So I took 3, take away 1, and I got 2, and my fourths stayed the same because I was working with the same denominator. When now I am working in fifths and I'm trying to take away fourths, I can't do that anymore without having another step in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert these fractions to have a common denominator. If you need more information about that, please see the other video that is available. So 4/5 is the same as 16/20, and 3/4 is also equivalent to 15/20. So now that they have a common denominator of 20, this 4/5 is equivalent to 16/20, and if I take 15 of those 20ths away, I am left with 1/20 at the end. Sometimes these can get even more challenging. Well, even bigger numbers. So now I might have a problem like 1 4/10 take away 1/3. So our first issue is that we do not have common denominators. So I want to rewrite these two fractions so that they have common denominators. So I know that 30 is a common denominator of these two fractions. So I'm going to rewrite this first one. Instead of 1 4/10, I'm going to write it as 1 12/30. That's equivalent. Minus, instead of 1/3, minus 10/30. So we have 1 12/30 here. Take away 10/30. That is going to leave me with 1 2/30 left over, which if I wanted to write that in simplest form, it is 1 1/15. So that's really nice once we got common denominators here to take those away and get what's left over, leaving that there. Sometimes the numbers don't work out quite that nicely. If you have something like 3 1/3 and I'm taking away 4/5, I know that this is going to be a problem because I know 4/5 is greater than 1/3. But I'm still going to follow the process and make these a common denominator. My common denominator in this case is going to be 15. So I can do this a couple of ways. Here's how I'm going to show you by making the common denominator first. So I'm going to say 3 5/15 is equivalent to that. Take away 12/15 is equivalent to that. Well, without borrowing from the 3, I cannot take 12/15 away from 5/15. So I am now going to turn this into an improper fraction. Okay, so with these 3 wholes, if each of these 3 wholes were broken up into 15ths, 3 times 15 is equal to, that would be 45/15. Plus, you have to add on the 5/15 that are here before. So I'm going to rewrite, I'll add 5, that gives me 50. So instead of 3 and 5/15, I am going to write that as 50/15. And now I'm going to take away those 12/15. 50 take away 12 gives me 38/15. Now, this is an improper fraction. I know that 38 divided by 15, it goes in equally 2 times and has a remainder of 8. Therefore, 2 wholes and 8/15 are left as my reduced answer here, which is equivalent to 38/15.